Hey, Teresa, great to see you again today.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So, what brings you in today?
Well, I've had some difficulties lately, and I'm not really
Mhm.
sure what to do.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about these issues?
There's been a lot lately. Um, my partner and I got into a fight last weekend about being a bad parent. I mean, it's just a lot, and I've stayed home from all the stress. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see and understand how all that would be really stressful. Um, what do you mean when you say you were being a bad parent?
Well, this weekend, my daughter Katrina was acting out, and she was just whining and throwing a temper tantrum, and it was pretty stressful. I ended up giving in to her, and yeah, it made Allison really upset, and we started to fight. And she was telling me that I was a pushover and that I don't know that I can't stand up to anyone.
That must have been just really, really hard to hear from someone you love.
Yeah, I mean I know she means well, and it's kind of true, but it still really hurts.
What what thoughts were going through your mind when Allison was saying these things to you?
I remember thinking that she's right and that I can't do anything, that I'm not good enough.
And afterwards, how did you feel then?
Well, I just backed down and I went into the other room. I felt really bad all day and things were really tense between us. I wasn't able to concentrate much.
Yeah. You've you've said before that you and Allison have different ideas about parenting style. That Allison believes maybe in being a little more strict, and you think that it's about being a little more adaptable, right?
Yeah, I think that we need to be a bit more flexible with Katrina. She's really sensitive, so
So, do you think this argument wasn't really about not being good enough, not being a good parent, but maybe a little bit more about disagreements in parenting style?
yeah, that actually was the root of it, and it kind of got out of control.
Do you think someone can be a good enough parent um, while still remaining flexible?
Definitely. I also think you can take it too far, maybe too flexible or too strict.
I think that makes sense to me. Um, if this happens again, Katrina throws a tantrum and Allison is there. How do you think? Uh, how might you think about this different?
Well, next time I think I might still be flexible, but just not give in to her.
But what if Allison still criticizes your parenting? What if she's still there?
Um, well, I can know that it's not me that she's criticizing and that it's differences in our beliefs and our parenting.
I think that's a really good thing to think about. Um, we're about out of time today, but let's think of some homework that you and I can work on during this week,
Mm-hmm.
and we can try to work on changing this thought from being a bad parent to more so I have a different parenting style than
Mm-hmm.
Allison. How about that?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Um, maybe we could write down when Katrina's acting up throughout the week
Mm-hmm.
and maybe just write down what you're thinking, what your thoughts are at that moment.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Great. I'll see you next week.